coming out is a bitch. I guess, ugh, that was lovely. My coming out was a little bit different than some other people's. I was upgrading and just hanging out with like a whole bunch of alty crowd, like some goths, punks, skaters, drug addicts, artists, and I was not one of those people who was just like, oh my god, I just figured out that I really want to, go down on them like a Titanic. No, it was, I knew I was gay from like the age of 6. I was sexually active since I was 6. Would fool around with kids around my age, and that was fun. I never thought it was weird. It was something that happened, and I was curious. They were curious in sleepovers and jazz, and I never had any like, I think I might like girls. No, for me it was like each other dicking. Didn't lose my virginity until I was like just about 19 though. So knew I was gay. Didn't want to tell anyone. I have 3 brothers. Play a lot of sports, rugby and soccer, like a lot. My brothers play hockey and lacrosse, and they all have tempers and like to fight. I left my Nexopia account up, and it had sexual preference on there, so it was just like homosexual. Parents found that, and I got a lecture, and my dad kept on trying to convince me I was bi, and it would be okay if I had kids and whatnot. And my mom told me it was a dangerous lifestyle. I was like, ooh, it's like being in a gang. She's like, AIDS, you could get AIDS. I'm like, right, straight people can't get AIDS. So that shut her up. The first person I came out to was kind of like this. I went to this house party, and there were these 2 metalhead kind of punk guys, alty scene. My friend Aphrodite, she was like, oh my god, that Brendan guy was like really hot. And I was like, yeah, I know, Jesse's so much hotter. And she was like, what? I'm like, ugh. She's like, I knew it. You knew it. You like guys. And I'm like, yeah. She's like, so you bi? I'm like, no, I'm like straight up gay. She was like, oh. Should have seen that coming. I'm like, yeah. Surprise. So my parents didn't really accept it when I was gay. One of my friends set me up with this guy, and they were straight. This is a straight guy, and started talking to him. We got along really well. But like when you're under 20, you get along with any other gay person that you meet because you're desperate for someone to be like you. Unfortunately for me, like, we did actually get along, and he's still like one of the most interesting, influential people in my life. We dated for a long time, but it was my my little brother's hockey teammate, and his dad coached with my dad to be like, oh yeah, you dating? Fill in the blank. My mom was like, oh my god, that's your brother's friend. I'm like, oh, kind of awkward, kind of hot. And unfortunately, for a lot of gay boys out there, they who they say they are when they come out because they feel like they have to fill into a role. It's a role of being gay. This is the stereotypical gay. So a lot of young guys, when they come out, it's flags and dildos everywhere. It's their whole identity. Instead of becoming, I'm Cody and I'm gay, it's I am gay and I am Cody. So I didn't really do that much. I've always been just kind of weird and inappropriate. I just carried on that same line. I didn't have a problem doing that. I didn't have a problem camping it up, but I still don't have a problem camping it up. If someone's like, I want you to be really campy and like just go out and have a good time, I think that there are facets of people's personality that like to shine at certain times. I don't think it's like being two-faced or weird. Like, I've done drag at parties, not good drag, but can you see me doing good drag? No. The only person I have the same body structure as might be Marilyn Monroe.